This is the Harbor Freight Predator 4,000 watt. It's a 3,200 rated watt, 4,000 max watt generator with a gasoline engine. And you get it from Harbor Freight kind. I got this for, I think, about $289. And you're going to need some things to go with it, of course. You need gas. By the way, in case this is on Jeopardy tonight or some other night, whatever, this is actually called a jerry can. Why? Because jerry was a slang term for the Germans who had such a can, and they copied the design, so now it's known as a jerry can. So anyway, I got that filled with 5 gallons of gasohol, gasoline. You're going to need some motor oil. That happens to be 10W30. Oh, the funnel from before. I have that hooked up to a tube. I know it looks dirty, but it's not. Some cutters here. Hopefully it'll cut this stuff. Why this? For the dolly it's on. That was the other dolly I bought. Works quite well. I have to unbox it, of course, and see what happens. We're going to need some other items as well. I'm going to attach the pipe strapping with some drywall screws into it and a screwdriver. Here's a light bulb and a thing. And the one most very important tool you will need is beer. So anyway, I'm going to get started unboxing this thing and we'll see what's going to happen. Okay, we're going to start unboxing. I have absolutely no idea what is going to be in store for me with this made in China goodness. But I know we got to cut these. Okay, now we got tape here. Snip that off. Some tape there. Industrial staples, which of course means I should have gotten my pair of pliers out, but you could just pop them out like this. Okay. Now styrofoam. And basically it's sort of just in here. So probably the best bet, there's also some silica gel, I don't know if you can see that, that's on the styrofoam for one reason or another, not in a little package, but whatever, it's there. So I think really the only good way to do this is to break down the box, because this thing is going to be damn near impossible for me to lift. So let me see if I can get this the rest of the way out of the box and sort of on the dolly, and then we'll continue on from there. Oh, we're making some progress. There are a couple of packages of silica gel in here. That's what she looks like. Maybe some implement. Got a couple of buttons, another buttons, or actually that's a ground lug. DC 12 volt, another circuit breaker, wrong off switch, low oil alert light, 120, 120, 120, 120, and 240, which is actually two 120s gang together. I also understand that this is not actually 3,200 running watts. Instead, what it is basically two 1,600 watt generators tied together. So 1,600 out of here, 1,600 out of here. You cannot pull 3,200 watts out of one socket. On the 240, it's exactly the same way. One leg is 1,600, the other leg is 1,600. So anyway, my styrofoam is going away. Let me continue unboxing this and we'll see what we can do. Okay, it's unboxed. Now it has become apparent that mounting that with pipe strap is not going to work. Instead, you can see there's some holes there, and I could just put a nut and bolt through that, but I don't have any of that kind right now, so I'll have to get that. Anyways, okay, it's time to put oil in the engine. You'll notice on the right side of the cardboard, just about there, is the oil dipstick and cap, and I have attached a funnel with that tube to it. So at this point we have to add some oil. Now from what I read, this is going to take about a half a quart, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Don't know. So we're going to find that out. I have motor oil here. You'll notice there is obviously cardboard beneath the unit for the errant spill of oil. I have no idea how well this is going to work, if at all. Oh, looks like it's going in. Looks like it's going in pretty easy with that. Let's see. Well, we got quite a ways to go, but probably about a half a quart. A little more. That's a little more than a half a quart, so good. Okay, with that said and done, pull this out. I don't know what size this tubing is, but it seems to be a perfect fit. It fits absolutely right in there. Okay, that's good. Looks like it's fine. So what I'm going to do is wipe that off. And they say not to thread this in to check the oil. Looks like I might actually have either a drop extra in there that's actually spilling out onto the cardboard, or the ground is level, which is likely what the case is. And we do indeed have oil up to where we need to be. So I'm going to let that finish doing its thing. I'll put my rag there to catch it. And come back in a little bit. Okay, I have it turned around now. We'll see how much more of a mess that I can make. You see the styrofoam is going for a ride again. Boy, they make that easy to take off, don't they? Get rid of that. Okay, so basically, got all of the fuels. Leave that there. The way to properly operate your jerry can, this piece is a dust cap which is on the inside of the nozzle, which you need to remove. Once you do that, you then need to turn this until it clicks into position. And now when you turn it upside down, nothing is going to happen. You have to catch either this clip or this clip, but it's okay because it's made in Canada, not in China, so they won't break off. It's okay. And you catch that on the edge of the filler lip here, and that goes in. Thoughtfully, China also included, I don't know if I can get it out to show you, well, not easily. Anyway, there's a little strainer basket in there for the gas mahal. And that's that. Now we have a couple of other things to do here. From what I understand, I turn the gas on like that. Now it says, then we get to the fun part, trying to start it. So what it says to do in the book, let's get that out of the way, is to pull the cord slowly several times to allow gas to enter the carburetor. So hopefully that's enough. Now, I don't even know if I'm strong enough to just pull this over. Sorry, you will have to see my ass because this is my right hand and it's just easier because I'm right-handed. A little less choke. I also heard somebody who said that the fuel sticker is wrong. I don't know if that's correct. It says on is straight up and down. Or maybe this is just a piece of shit. I don't know, but... Oh, you also got to turn the switch on. I forgot that part. Yeah, there's a switch on the side. You got to turn that on. run for a couple of minutes and see if I can back the choke off anymore, and then we'll see if we get any power out of it. All right, she's running. Here we go. I think that means it works. Oh, we got a problem now. It went out. That's my bulb, or it didn't like the vibration, or what? Let me go check and find out. Yeah, it was just the bulb. You can see it's shot. Oh well, that was brand new, and you can't buy these anymore, 100 watters, you know. Always take note of where the exhaust is. That's it right there, that little thing there. And make sure that that is pointed away from the siding of your house, because you will melt a hole in it in time. Probably even if it's this far away. Being that it's chooching out this way, it should be alright. Alright, well, the 100 watt light bulb thing didn't end up working out, unfortunately. It just burned out. But I have a yellow cord going over there. And I'll show you one other little gazmo hooked up to the mystery pool pump. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it surges. Let's see what happens. Oh, don't like that at all. Look at that. It didn't like that. I think the cord is too low gauge. Seems to have popped the breaker on it. Lovely. We gotta wait and see. There, it just reset. Alright, I guess I'll have to get a better cord and we'll try it again. Alright, take two. I got the better cord. I don't know if this can even run this pump. I think it should. It certainly runs it off this cord when I plug it in the house, so let's see what happens this time. Alright, apparently the breaker didn't reset. I can't hear this over the noise of the engine. It is running, but I don't know if it's running nicely. It seems slow. Hopefully it'll pick up and that's not a problem with the generator. I think it seems to be running more smooth. I may have to reprime the basket. There may not be enough chooch in it. Okay, I shut it down just for a little quiet for a minute. I reprimed the basket in that. So let's see if it's going to restart. Again, put the switch on before you forget that part. Looky there. She's rolling. Whoa. She is rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, we have power. Uh-oh, that's not good at all. That never popped before. What in the fuck, man? All right. It don't like starting that thing. I mean, I know it pulls the load and it's made in China, but certainly didn't like starting it a couple times. The breaker reset. I don't know why it got nothing when I plugged it back in, but I tried it again after and it worked. I don't know. Probably don't want to run your sensitive stuff off of it. That's for damn sure. Maybe like a heater, if it can even handle it. Fan, a light, If you don't plug it directly in, maybe. But anyways, there it works, so that's cool. I'd like to also comment on the stroke here and the label. Theoretically, that's supposed to be full choke. But if you run it this way, it starts running like shit. So keep it about a little more than halfway open, and it seems to run, at least on this one. Here I have the old heater I keep outside, just cause I haven't even cleaned it this year, but got 600 and 900 watt elements, which will give you a total of 1500 watts, 100 watts less than the max capacity on one of these. So let's try it and see what happens here. Certainly change an engine sound. Here's 900. Let's go for both. Seems to be running it. I'll leave it chooch for a while and see if it actually warms up. Of course, I'd be smart if I actually plug this in the house to see if it still works, because I have no idea, but based on the load it's putting on the engine, I would expect it is. Okay, it certainly works for heating. The heater's getting hot, so that works. Let's try something else. We're having a bootleg sale, yeah? Anyway, here's an old air conditioner that I lent to my friend Joe a long time ago. He gave it back. I have the front cover in there somewhere. I've just been riding around with this for a while, just in case the AC in the car quits. So that way I have some. Just carried a generator right in here and we're all set. I don't know if this one works either. I haven't turned it on. It used to work, I know that. Hopefully nothing's crushing anything. We could try fan first. Okay, we got power, but something's rubbing, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that. Probably not, but I think I have a way around that too. I have it on low cool, and the energy saver is on save, but these wires are twisted together, and that's because the thermostat in this was supposed to be electronically controlled, and it had failed because liquid got on it, so I hooked it up with an external thermostat. And when those are twisted together, it don't run. So supposedly that's it. And when I disconnect these wires, it might start the compressor. It might also start the fan and make noise. I don't know. See if I can undo this. Well, it starts. Try it this way. Compressor's running. I gotta open it to see what the hell is going on with the fan. And I think we are getting cold. Yes indeed, she's starting to get cold, so at least this still works. I have the knob turned slightly between fan speeds, and that's why that occurs. So you can do that too, by the way, if you have an old air conditioner with manual controls for the fan speed to see if the compressor is indeed running and listen to it. Of course, you really don't want to run it too long this way because that will overload the compressor and cause it to overheat. And again, with all the cooling, who would expect? But anyhow, I don't want to run it too long in the trunk like this, but it does certainly run it off the generator, which is plugged in, of course, way down over there. So I think what we'll do is, while that's running temporarily, I'm going to go see if the heater will go at the same time. I really don't know how many watts the AC is, but I'm sure it's a decent amount. We'll go full boat. Yeah, it'll run it. Won't be happy about it, but it'll run it. That, of course, was split up between the two zones on there. Yeah, it's definitely freezing up nicely. Oh, that feels so good on a hot day. There we go. Probably just because of the way it's sitting. If I just really pull on it, it don't make noise. So we'll let that just calm the Freon down and that, and I'll shut her down. All right, so anyway, we're all set. I shut her down. Always disconnect your loads first, and then hit the big switch there, and she shuts right down. So anyway, definitely a big plus for this. Certainly works as a generator. Get you by in a pinch. But you know what? Actually, I was going to tell you something, but I think it's time for a beer first. Okay, now that we're successfully on the beer hard, I love that kind. What I was going to tell you was the reason I got the generator is in case we have another Sandy that comes along, because you know, it wasn't fun having no power. It would be in very limited use in the event. That's actually what I wanted to discuss. And basically what I would do with it is run it, say, during the day. I'm going to rewire the boiler next and put a plug on it so I can plug that in so we can have heat in that event. As far as air conditioning, it could either be hot, or I have a lead on another little window air conditioner I could throw in the bedroom if we're absolutely dying and just need that kind. But what I'm going to do is have this running generally just during the day. Keep the freezer nice and cold. If it's cold out, have the heat blasting to like 80 or 90 in the fucking house so it stays warm overnight, and shut it down at night. When I do that, I can use the inverter in the car like I did, if you look at my Hurricane Sandy videos, and that would be enough just for a light and this and a that, you know, no big appliances of any kind. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. It's mainly just to keep the food cold and shit like that. I probably wouldn't even bother running it just for the fridge alone, because in doing that, you're going to waste a lot of fuel running the fridge. And the main thing with that is that during times of crises like this, and as far as I'm concerned, now this is just my own personal thing, with the whole gas crisis that happened, that was all a bunch of political fucking bullshit. There was no gas shortage. As far as we didn't have power to pump it, fuck off. There's generators for that. You had it, and you had the goddamn fuel. You could scoop it out with a goddamn teaspoon if you fucking had to. But you can make it work. And they just weren't doing it. It was a big fucking political stunt. And then everybody got on LIPA, but everybody hates LIPA. They suck anyway. So anyway, that's really the deal with that. So like I was saying, probably wouldn't even bother with the fridge, because the you know, gas is going to be more precious than gold in times like that. Because now, forever and ever, whenever there's going to be a big disaster, you can count on gas lines happening again. Like they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. There you go. We're not going to be fooled twice, so that's what's going to happen. That's really about all I got to say about it. Something else interesting is that it does have a 220 volt plug, or 240, whatever you want to call it. And theoretically, I could run the pool off of that, but really, why? Just wouldn't pay to do that. Anyways, 2 thumbs up. Love it.